Hello, my name is Kafui Dey, and my guest is a secondary-born legend who fused high life, jazz, and funk to create simiguad, a genre of African music that forces you to move, whether you like it or not. And in case you just haven't subscribed yet to this channel, take a moment to do that right now. Hit the notification bell so that more such videos can come your way. My guest is the one and only Gyedu-Blay Ambolley.
Yes.
It's a pleasure.
Likewise, man.
Break down your name for me. Who were you named after?
I was named after my uncle, who was a traditionalist. And subsequently, the name was coming out of a son of a warrior.
Is that the Gyedu side of things?
Yeah, Gyedu-Blay, son of a warrior. And I've been very proud of that name, keeping it out, taking it with me anywhere that I go. And, the spirit, that's behind the name, that's been keeping me going for so long a time that anytime, people get curious to what is the meaning of your name?
Yeah.
Just like that. So a lot of that has been asked for, when I was on tour. You've been asking, what's your name? And what's the meaning? And I tell you, the son of a warrior.
So it comes always together. It's like a compound name, Gyedu-Blay?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then Ambolley?
Yeah, Ambolley is the surname, belonging to, the generation of my father, And I wasn't seeing that much name of Ambolley to others.
Yeah, the only Ambolley I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But when I went back home to the Nzima area, I got involved with some of them that has the same name, Ambolley, But it's how the white people do it. Many times when you speak of a name, the pronunciation is something that they find it tough.
Does the GY confuse them?
Yeah, I mean...
They don't know how to pronounce that?
Yeah, and even, when you go back home, it's like Mbele. But the white people, Ambolley.
Oh, okay.
Ambolley.
So the correct pronunciation, the original pronunciation would be Mbele?
Yeah.
Does it mean anything?
It's in that direction of, the description that I...
Okay, son of a warrior.
Yeah.
Okay, so you're a fighter?
Hey, man, spiritually, mentally, physically, and all that, attached.
So what does this identity mean to you?
Man, it's so great that it's something that has, keep on beckoning to me, especially it makes me to feel that I have an obligation,
To do what?
Because everybody has something to offer to the world. I saw that mine is music, and it's not just playing music, but it's informing people as well, through the music and all that. So that has been at the back of my mind for so long a time that it keeps on, tickling back to me that, hey, man, we'll give you a gift.
You have an assignment to complete.
Yes, you have to use it amicably.
What's your earliest memory
of
in life beyond music? I mean, what do you remember most when you look back at your life? What do you remember earliest?
Because where I grew up, there were so many things going on in there. You're talking about industrialization, like the Ghana Railway Lines band with Ghana Railways. You're talking about the harbor. You're talking about the seamen. All of these in combination, the elders that I came to meet, all of them were doing something that was, anytime that I think of them, I see that they just opening the door for me in a way that what they were doing, I was looking at them, how strong they are, physically, mentally, how they school us, because, they taught us how to be strong. They told us that, hey, man, you have something to offer, but don't let anybody take that away from you.
Were you involved physically in fights when you were growing up?
It's like on and off something, because I remember growing up, I had a rapport with somebody that, became a fight. But that person was a grown-up, about 4 or 5 years older than me, and my elders were telling me, fight him. And I see that I can't fight this guy, but I have to entertain courage and do it. And I did it, and when it was, getting to a point of me being beaten, my elders came to
give you support.
Yeah, rescue me from that.
You were born in the late 40s.
Yeah, 47.
What was growing up in secondary like in the 40s and 50s?
It was fantastic in a way that culturally, that's one, politically, two, because of the Kwame Nkrumah thing.
You were born and 2 years later Kwame Nkrumah arrived. No, he came to Ghana in 47.
Yeah,
actually,
yeah,
47. The year that you were born.
Yeah.
That's when he arrived in Ghana.
So when he came in from 48, 49, 50s and all that, that independence was going on, trying to, put back Ghana, into independence.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Tell me a bit about your family, your parents and your siblings. So who was your father?
My father was a senior health inspector, with the Sagini Takoradi City Council, and my mother was a trader, he was selling rice and everything, was stews and everything in the morning at the lorry parks.
Cooked food?
Yeah, cooked food.
Okay, so there was always food at home?
Oh yeah, I mean, going to school, I passed through there, buy some food before going, and my brothers too, my senior brother became a seaman.
Okay. So he traveled around the world?
Yeah, he traveled around the world. The one that followed him also joined the Ghana Navy, and he also had a chance of traveling, and things like that. But I'm the third born, of the family. And none of them, did music.
Did you have sisters?
Yeah, I have two sisters.
None of them did music. What did they do?
You're married, with children, and that's sort of family setup and things like that. But coming back to my side, I'm the only musician out of the family.
Why do you think that is so?
I think everything was given to me. Instead of separating them to give it to a little to my brothers and my sisters and things like that. My sisters, they were singing though, but they were doing that in the church. But I took it upon myself to delve into it.
What was your earliest musical exposure?
Takoradi, you're talking about the Broadway dance band. It was a Takoradi. Shikima and the Caruso 7 was a Takoradi. The Weavers band, you're talking about Skylarks, and all of them were, we're seeing them playing at funerals and, outdoorings and weddings and things like that. So that was the time that we had the chance to go and, be at the back of the band.
Okay. Observing.
Yeah, observation. But I was very much interested into learning how to become a drummer.
So that was your first instrument, you'd say?
That enticed me, because if I look at the drummer, using both hands and feet.
Like what is behind us?
Yeah, exactly, and I was fascinated with that, but.
So who was your first teacher?
I didn't have a teacher with the drums, though,
okay.
But when I told my senior that I want to learn the drums, he said that no, I mean, you can learn it, but you can't have a drums to rehearse in secondary. That means if you want to rehearse, you have to go to Takoradi. Me a schoolboy, so transportation and everything, it was, something. So he told me that instead of that, I can learn guitar because he's a guitarist.
Okay.
So
and you have access to the instrument.
Yeah, and it's a walking distance, about 5 minutes from my house to his house.
That's your uncle?
No, it's not my uncle.
A friend?
Yeah, a friend.
Okay.
But he was traveling, playing at West Africa, Ivory Coast, and Senegal, and all that. So at a certain point in time, he goes to do that and come back home. So he was known in secondary for that. So when I said I want to learn the drum, he said, "No, man, I can teach you the guitar."
Okay. So you put the drums aside?
Yes, and I was glad that he taught me the guitar because. The guitar is something that, it teaches the 4 chords of the guitar, the C, D minor, F, come to G, because the kind of highlights that we play, they're all based on these chords. You know, talking about the Yam Ponsens and all that kind of thing. So I was glad that he did that for me to be an open-minded something, you know, with the chords.
How old were you when you took up guitar?
I think I was about 13.
Okay, this is after independence. Because independence, you were 10.
Yeah.
Around 10. Do you remember Independence Day?
Yeah, I remember because, you know, Kwame Nkrumah came to Sigenita Rally.
Okay.
And, you know.
You saw him?
Yeah. They made us to, you know, go stand by the streets with the Ghana flags, you know, and things like that, and waving and things like that. And, you know, very handsome man, you know, and you see that he's mostly down to earth, you know, and he knew what he was doing in connection with the independence that he wants to attain.
So you grew up learning the God Save the Queen or the King, and then after you're now singing the anthem. So so you got those two.
Yeah, I got those two, but God Save the Queen didn't, you know, sit down well with me.
Why not?
Because, you know, in our school days, you know, we didn't know that much, you know, so we were singing it. But when the national anthem came in, you know, the words of it, you know, I said, this is meaningful.
It struck a chord inside you.
Yeah, it struck a chord because, you know, God bless our homeland, or lift high the flag of Ghana, and things like that. You see that he's telling you something. You know, instead of God save the Queen, God save God. And I said, man, come on. We just took it and threw it somewhere.
You've been fiercely independent and Pan-African and for such a long time.
Yeah, because growing up, what I watched my seniors doing, you know, in connection with what they tell us, you know, before independence, and how the black people were taken care of. I mean, before talking about Christianity and everything was introduced, you know, to us, we were lined up people already because we know manners, you know, we know culture and all that. And tradition is always our culture, you know, and wisdom is always our tool, you know. So our seniors made us to know that. The tradition is your culture, man, and the wisdom is your tool. So I say, wow, you know, that stayed with me.
Stayed with you.
Yeah.
What was primary school like for you?
Primary school was okay. I mean, initially, you know, learning mathematics and learning how to read, you know, and with the English, you know, that kind of things, you know, and we had a set of friends, you know. I remember after school, we had about 5 of us, you know, that would go back home. And it was there that we started doing the simiguad thing and things like that. Because when we watch our seniors play, you know, with the bands in our outdoors and things like that, we were taking something out of it. But the simiguad itself, you know, came from a madman.
Simigwa is the music that you created.
Yeah, we created that, but the genesis of it, you know, came from a madman.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, he was a Liberian. You know, in Takra they call Arakanya.
Arakanya.
Yeah, Arakanya. But it was a madman, but sometimes you see him mumbling, and you know, that sort of formation.
Yeah.
So when we came back home to, we stopped. And, you know, that sort of formation. So I didn't know that, man. That was the, you know, beginning of creation.
Yeah.
You know, and we started adding words to it, you know, and we created a dance to it as well. So it became fascinating that any passerby, you know, see us doing it, they would stand and start busting into laugh and things like that. I said, whoa.
You've got something coming in.
Yeah, it stuck up. So when I got involved into music, I said, no, I need to bring this back.
So what does a simigwa actually mean?
Simigwa means misi, mi guado.
Meaning?
Misi, that I'm sitting on my stool.
Ah.
You know, misi, mi guado. Mi guado.
Yes, I'm sitting on my stool.
Yeah, so it means you are the king.
Yes.
You know, and, you know, a brutalization of that made, hey, some go do. But in actual fact, it's simiguad.
From the Fanti.
Yeah, in the Fanti way.
Okay.
You know, so.
Shout out to Arakanya. Yeah, he inspired you.
Yeah, I mean, not only me, some of our friends, my friends too.
Yeah.
You know, and we didn't know, but, you know, we're just happy, you know, with him and the way he was murmuring, you know, and things like that. He wasn't saying anything though, but the feeling and the rhythm of it.
And did he have a dance to it?
I mean, he'll be just, you know,
Okay, all right.
you know, that sort of format.
Yeah.
You know, I say, wow. You know, so that was really, as a matter of fact, opening the door, you know, of my creation, you know.
And it says something about you can find inspiration from anywhere.
Yes, because if you have a gift, your surroundings can always feed you with information. Your surroundings. Because sometimes I'll be watching TV and out of that, I can compose music out of that. You know, from what I see on TV. Because and things like that, when you see black people suffering and things like that, you know, talking about Sudan and all those kind of, you know, that formations, I say, wow. You know, so it enticed me to, you know, make music. You know what I mean?
Yes, your people are suffering, children.
Yeah, but
Evil is too much.
yes, you know. So this was at the back of, I'm talking about when I was about in my 20s though.
Okay, you were done with school?
Yeah, that's when I was done with school.
After you went to primary and secondary, right?
Yeah.
And then after primary?
After primary, I said bye-bye school.
You ended at class 6?
Yeah, man. Standard 7.
Standard 7, so like equivalent of Form 4?
Yeah.
Middle Form 4?
Yeah, man. And I'm glad that I didn't go to secondary school or even university or that kind of. I was glad because right from the beginning, I didn't like it though. Because all my friends were attending secondary schools and things like that. And I didn't have a chance to do that. But aside from that, when I grew up, I said, oh, okay. It was good that I didn't go because it was a continuation of brainwashing. You know?
How did your parents, your father, how did he feel about you not continuing beyond Standard 7?
There was a conflict between my father and my mother anyway. So my father, at some point in time, didn't want to continue us by, you know, providing us with what we need.
You left your mom?
Yeah.
You left your mom?
Yeah, they separated and things like that. My senior brother, the one who went to Navy, was at secondary college. You know, I think he at Form 2 and things like that. My father didn't pay his school fees again, so he stopped. And that was when he went to join the Ghanaian Navy. You know, so when he came to my tent, I said, okay, man, because I saw that my contribution to this world is music.
You saw it very early?
Very, very early, because I remember one time we went to see public movie, you know, and out of the blue, they showed a Broadway dance band playing, and all my classmates, Ambolley, Ambolley. So it means that they also have, also saw it, you know. So, you know, I said, wow, well, they didn't mention nobody's name, but except Ambolley. It means that it's something that they have seen, you know, coming out of me.
So you finish your education, Standard 7. What's your next move?
My next move, I say, okay, you want to be a musician, so you have to go to where the music is.
Which was where?
That was a Broadway band in Takoradi.
So you left secondary. It's a short. How long was it? The distance, the trip back then?
The trip by just about 6 miles away.
Okay. So
you know,
public transport in the trotro?
Yeah, you got it. But the buses were also running.
Okay.
And you know, the Broadway musicians, especially the guitarist, Bebo Bagri, you know, I became a friend with him, and he was very happy that a young boy, you know, entertained courage, you know, to come and ask about music, you know, questions, you know, and he started talking to me, playing Nat King Cole's and things like that for me to know the music that's coming from the other side.
Yes.
You know.
And so you'll be in your early 20s then?
Yeah, that was I was around about 18, 19.
So the coup in 66 happened around that time?
No, in the 66.
You were 19?
Yeah, around that time.
Do you remember the circumstances of the coup?
I mean, it was, you know, it was chaotic because people were, you know, I see people jubilating, you know, that Kwame Nkrumah is overthrown and that sort of thing, you know, because they made us to believe that the man, you know, squandered monies, you know, and used the music of the music. But Kwame Nkrumah was very courageous about what he did, you know. But what transpired that time in connection with the jubilation that is coming out of people and things like that made me, you know, I didn't understand so many things though, because I didn't know much of Kwame Nkrumah at that time. Though we know that he was spearheading our, what we call it, the independence and all that kind of things, and all the factories and the Black Star Lines and the Ghana Airways, you know.
And you saw all of that when
I saw all that. So I saw that the man, you know, has a foresight, you know, of leadership, you know, and I took something out of it though. I was a kid though. I took something out of it, and it helped me that when I got involved with music and all that, I know that I have to use that for informing the people.
Indeed.
And things like that.
How did the coup affect your father or your family?
I think that for them, everything was just normal. Like they go to work, you know, come back home. My mother goes to the park, Lower Park to go and sell and come back home. So everything to them and to me, as what I saw, everything was, you know, in a normalistic, you know. So I was still learning that time though, you know, about my environment and about, you know, my music and, you know, what I'm going to portray, you know, to the world, as well as my contribution to the world.
And you were listening to radio?
Oh yeah, that time there were no FMs, it was just only one radio. We're talking about the GBC. They had public boxes, you know, that, you know, play music, because that time they were playing music coming from South Africa, the way down south. They call it way down south. You know, and they play music coming from other countries as well. So anytime we get a chance, we go stand by, because they used to do like the weekends. They used to do radio dance time. You know, thereby I started to listen to Ramblers. You know, E.T. Masons. You know, Stargazers.
Jerry Hansen.
Jerry Hansen with the Ramblers. And Stargazers and the Mordiniers. There were so many bands.
Bruce.
Yeah, there were so many bands, because the state had bands. You know, talking about brigade bands and all that. You know, the state had bands, and private people also had bands. And the state had places to perform, like the state hotels and the catering rest houses and things like that. It was right there. And the local people also had places to play. You know, like CK Man, Carousel 7, Broadway, you know, playing at Zenith in Takoradi. You know, so when it comes to music, we knew where to go.
You played flute too?
No, I started a little bit.
But
yeah, I didn't continue.
Okay, so drums, guitar. When
Drums.
did the sax come in?
Sax came in, that's the late 70s.
Okay, in your 20s?
Yeah,
Okay.
because I was the leader of a band called Hugas. Not Hugas, called oh, come on. That was my first leadership.
Okay.
You know, with a band. And it was 3 guys who formed that band. You know, one is coming from Odan, you know, one is coming from Antwerp, you know.
Where the famous shrine is?
Yeah, and me, the Z, because the band's name was Zantoda.
Zantoda.
Yeah, so the Z is coming from me, because I'm from the Ismail area. And Antwerp, the Zant, then Odan.
Zantoda.
Yeah, they mix it. So
I like
that's how that name came out.
And what kind of music were you playing?
That time, you know, corporate music was happening, because that time James Brown's and Wilson Pickett, you're talking about Michael Jackson's, Steve Wonder's, you know, that kind of, so anywhere that you go, people were fascinated with those kind of music that was coming from, you know, behind the shores of Ghana.
What does James Brown mean to you?
Man, James Brown is something that, you know, meant so much to me, because when I look at the features of James Brown, he came from the northern part of Ghana.
You're convinced?
I was convinced the features and the way he was singing. You know, because I remember back in Tema, we had some Fafra people, you know, that, you know, after work, there's a place that they meet, and we all go there. And when James Brown, ow, I feel good, and all the kind of things, and you see the
way he
Fafra,
dances.
yeah, the Fafra, hit it, yeah. So whatever that James Brown was doing is what the Fafras were doing.
You were convinced he's a Fafra
I
man?
was totally convinced. I mean, James Brown features and everything you see that's where he came from. I mean, his lineage, you know, is from there.
Did you ever get to meet him?
I saw him from far.
Okay, in the States?
Yeah, but not very close. You know, like, you know, sitting down with him. You know, but I saw him from far, and I think it was about once or twice. But the rest were all coming out of movies and videos and that kind of thing. Yeah.
What from his stagecraft and his music were you inspired by from James Brown?
James Brown was the one, because in America they were calling him the Godfather. And in America, for somebody to be called Godfather, it means that, you know, truly he's a Godfather, because there were so many good singers, there were so many great singers. Why is that James Brown will be, you know, singled out, you know, by calling him the Godfather? Because James Brown has a dance. James Brown has a language. James Brown has a beat that is totally different from what the Americans are doing.
Just like you. You had a language, you had a dance.
And that's what I copied it from. Because when James Brown sang, I said, wow. I mean, how did he get that, you know, that feeling?
Vibe.
Yeah, vibe. To be able to, you know, differentiate himself, you know, from, because all the rest were playing funk and all that kind of thing, but James Brown's own was totally different. That's the same thing that Fela also copied from James Brown. You know, because the tenor guitars, you know, with the choral backings and things like that. James Brown introduced that to Fela, you know, and likewise myself. And I saw that because out of all the singers that I knew coming from America, I mean, talking about Wilson Pickett and talking about Stevie Wonders, and all of them were Americanized. But James Brown was Africanized.
You felt Africa in him?
Whew, big time.
Can you remember the first time you heard James Brown's music?
Yeah, that was when he started doing what we call it, I Feel Good and all those kind of things.
Was that on the Voice of America show?
Yeah, yeah, because
VOA.
Yeah, VOA. They were doing American Jazz Hour. You know, every Saturday.
So Miles Davis.
Yeah,
Max
I mean,
Roach.
I'm telling you, there was a man in my house, you know, where I live, that he was a jazz fanatic. That every time he tuned his radio, I mean, because they were doing that every Saturday, and he would tune his radio to the Voice of America. So that was when I started hearing Duke Ellington, you know, Miles Davis, John Coltrane, them,
Max Roach.
And
Ella Fitzgerald.
Ella Fitzgerald, you know, Sarah Vaughan, and all that. You know, that opened my mind to hearing what was coming from the other side of the world. And lo and behold, the MC to that program, you know, Willis Conover, they call her Willis Conover. I met him when I went to America.
Whoa.
You know, because I was interviewed at the Voice of America, and when we came out of the interview, the one who did the arrangements for me to go and be interviewed, you know, said, "You know that man coming?" I said, "No." He said, "Yeah, that's Willis Conover." I was shocked.
The host of the show you've been listening to.
I was shocked that this is the guy that I've been listening to when in my teens, and now face to face. I told him, and he was shocked, you know, because me coming from West Africa, you know, so for him to know that he was being listened to, you know, part of West Africa and things like that, he was fascinated with that.
So I can see all the links. So the high life coming from the E.T. Mensah, King Bruce, Abel Taylor, I'm sure.
Abel Taylor, yes.
Yes, indeed. And then you have the funk side coming from James Brown.
Yeah.
Maybe Stevie Wonder.
Yeah.
The Jacksons.
Yeah.
And then the jazz from the Miles Davis.
Yeah.
Max Roach, all those guys. And then you put them all together.
Yeah, because it's just like cooking soup, man. You need to get the right ingredients, you know. And looking at my music, I want my music not to be only local. I want my music to be extended. You know, talking about the influence of what is out there. Because when I was on tour in America this year, you know, everywhere that we went, I mean, it was fantastic because they could hear themselves, you know, in my music. Because they can feel some jazz in there, they could feel some Afro in there, they could feel some high life in there. So all in combination, man. I mean, anytime that we finish playing now, they didn't want us to stop. They will call for more and things like that. So America is a great testing ground. That I usually tell the musicians that if you want to know your musical abilities, go to America. Because there is where it's at.
When did you first step foot in America?
That was 1988.
So between the time you finished school and 88, what were you doing?
You know, I joined some other bands because a bootlegger like this became a bootlegger has led me almost about 3 times. You know, because Railway Dance Band in Secondary, a bootlegger was my band leader. When we came to Accra, Uhuru Dance Band, a bootlegger was my leader. Then after that, we formed another band called Apogee Show Band. Ebo Taylor was my leader. You know, but he was somebody that I admired greatly because when he was with the Stargazers in Kumasi, whoa, there was a man closer to where my mother lives. He had a small kiosk that he sells records. And he's there, sometimes I go through there to go and eat. But when I get there, sometimes I get stuck in there for almost about 2-3 hours.
Why?
Because the man will be playing Ramblers, we were playing Broadway, we were playing E.T. Mesa, we were playing Stargazers. I mean, all the bands, because then that time, bands were recorded because of the recording companies that came in.
Decca and all those.
Decca and all that. So bands were recording.
Nice.
I mean, heavily.
Does it make you sad that that's not what's happening now?
I think it should have been better by now because of the technology that we have.
Yeah.
But, you know, I think it's gone rather, it has retrogressed and gone back. Because as we live in and as the technology and everything, we have to use that for our benefit.
Indeed.
You know, but before you use the technology, you have to know the music. Because the computer is just sitting down. You have to feed it. You know, but if you don't know how to feed it, nothing's going to come out of it.
So you play all these bands in Takoradi, then you come to Accra as well, right?
Yeah, I came to
Where
Accra.
in Accra was your first stop?
Accra, my first stop was Kokomemle.
Okay.
You know, there was a band over there called the Globe Masters, you know, led by Eddie Kwanzaa. Yeah, a great trumpet player.
Guy.
Yeah. But Eddie Kwanzaa was with the Stargazers with the Boteledom in Kumasi before he came to form that band.
What was Kokomlemle like in that time?
Oh, it was, you know, not too many people. You know, it was vibrant. You know, because from there you can walk to Tiptoe. You know, you can walk to Silver Cup.
What was happening in Tiptoe back then? Because now it's a trading area, but what was happening in Tiptoe? This is the 70s, right?
Yeah.
What was happening in Tiptoe?
It was. I mean, it was heavy. At Tiptoe.
Heavy.
Too much heavy because the owner of the Tiptoe was a photographer. You know, Mr. Poby. And he was a photographer for Kwame Nkrumah too. You know, so he knew what he was doing when he established Tiptoe nightclub and formed a band, you know, with the instruments and everything. And everybody wanted to perform there because, you know, circle.
Yes.
A lot of people.
It's the heart of Accra.
Heart of Accra.
Did you jam in Tiptoe?
Big time. Big time. Tiptoe, man, everybody, I mean, if you don't perform there, it means that you're not part of the
scene.
Yeah, the scene.
Okay.
You know, because Tiptoe was there. If you go to Accra Metropole, you go to get into what we call it, High Street in Accra. There's Wato, you know.
Also a club.
Yeah. Then when you go to what we call this place? There was a place over there. I'm talking about the basis of Accra, where Azuma Nelson was.
Okay, Jamestown.
Jamestown. You know.
There was a club there.
Big time, Big time.
How do you...
They call it sea view.
Sea view?
Yeah.
You know it's not a church.
See, everything is changed now.
All the clubs are now either churches or businesses.
Uh-huh.
How does that make you feel?
No, I mean, it's an era, though, that, we're going through for a change. But still, I think it's coming out of brainwashing, because they've taught us to always, put your faith in God and things like that.
Is that not good?
No, because, it's only human being that is doing that. I mean, the rest of the living things, everybody is just doing what he has to do. Human beings, because if you're talking about God and I'm hungry and I tell God that I'm hungry and God can put food in front of me, then I know that you're talking. But not that I have to go and hustle for food. Then you tell me that put your faith in him and that he will lead you to get some food. No, he has given me everything that I need to get everything that I want right here. So if I have that, then it means that the blessing is coming from him because he has given me everything. So I don't have to wait for him. I have to use or utilize whatever that he gave me for my own benefit.
Is it that people don't want to work to get what they think God should give them, or they're just not aware that they have these talents?
It's not that. I think it's part of the brainwashing that was laid down to us because the school was established by the colonial masters. The churches were established by the colonial masters. So they teach you what they want you to know. So we go to school, looking at my people and things like that. Everybody's mentality is that finishing school, getting a job, affording marry, get a place to stay, get a car. They think that that's success of life.
What does success mean for you?
Success is coming out of creativity because everybody has it. Everybody has something to contribute to the world here. Mm-hmm. So if you're able to find that, then it helps you to become more flexible, in dealing with life. Yeah. And if you don't do that, that means that somebody has to do it and you have to follow. So somebody has to establish a work and you have to go and work for him and get him paid and so that you can feed your family and things like that.
So you think we all should use our talents and work for ourselves?
Yeah, we have to work for ourselves, but we have to also work towards the upbringing of our families, upbringing of our countries, upbringing of the environment and everything, because we have the capabilities of doing that for our own flexibilities.
So you play in Accra. Did you ever play in Tema?
Tema, big time.
What were the joints? What were the banging heavy places in Tema?
Tema, there was a band called Tema Food Complex Band. They call
from the food complex, the business.
Yes. So I was after playing with Ibotela with the Apija Show Band and things like that. There was a club at Simigwa Estate, and sometimes I used to go and jam there. One day I was jamming there, not knowing that somebody was sitting down there looking at me, and that person belonged to Tema Food Complex. He was the manager of the band. So when he saw my performances and everything, he told me to come to the office, the next day.
You went to the food complex?
Yes, man. And when I went to the office and things like that, I was employed. And after being employed, they went and showed me the band.
Employed as what? As a musician?
Yes.
Okay. So the businesses would have bands.
Yes.
And they just hire musicians.
Yes, and it's not only full complex. Other businesses also were doing that, So when I went to see the band, the set of instruments and everything, I said, yeah, man, that's it. And the guys that playing, it's there my creativity started.
What was your instrument then?
That time I wasn't playing saxophone.
Okay.
Though. That time I was a bass player that time.
Okay.
Because bass was my first instrument though. Guitar was first.
Yes.
But when I joined band, because when I was with the railway band, the bass player left. So Ibotele told me to pick up the guitar. I mean the bass. And if you know the guitar,
you can play bass.
You can move to bass.
What moves you about bass? I mean, why do you love bass?
Because it's the basic of the music. Bass is because it has something that resonates with you.
This is your bass line. Where did it come from?
Abrente Biscuits, yeah. The all gift, man. You know, because back in Scandi, some of our seniors used to be singing. Me, Abrente, she gets him out. So, oh, okay. So when I got involved in the band, I said, man, I'm going to bring you back. So I brought it back and formed, you know, composed something to it, the arrangements and everything. Boy, shit. When I laid that down, man, shit, man, people couldn't get enough of it.
They couldn't get enough.
Big time. So it paved the way for other music like Akokoba.
Yes. I was listening to it this morning. Good tenor.
Yeah, man. You know, and but my fascination and everything was coming from the north.
Because of James Brown, eh?
Yeah, and the way the Northerners sing. You know, I remember when I made the Simigwa record. Then at that time I was playing with the Hulu Band.
Uhuru Band?
Yes.
Okay.
Because there was somebody called Bensi Inche. He came to record a Botila because they are, you know, compatriots.
Quite close, okay.
Yeah. And I told him that, I have some other songs too. So he came to my room and I played it. Okay, let's add it to the recording.
So was that your first recording? You put it on the Botila album?
No.
Or separately?
Separately.
For you?
Yes.
How many songs?
It was only 2 songs.
2 songs. Which ones?
That's Simiguadu and Bolga Bishia.
I've never heard Bolga's Bishia before.
Bolga Bishia, because I was, you know, imitating, you know, the note Moko Bolga.
Yes.
Moko Bolga Mako Wadio. Was a Bolga Bishia, Oba Buamio. Ow! Boy, man. I said, yeah, man. That's the thing, man.
That was it.
Yeah, I said, yeah, JD, you have something, man. Because the combination of what is coming from the north.
Yes.
You know, as to
with the southern vibe, the highlight.
Man.
Covered Ghana, man.
It was big time. And when I made, you know, when we recorded the Simigwa thing, they were playing that on the air, you know, GBC.
The Simigwa song?
Yeah, man.
This is 1973.
73, 74.
This is like Africa's first rap recording.
Yes, rap. Because they were saying that rap music came from America. No. When I check with them, you see that the Sugar Hill Gang and
came years after this.
What we call it, the Rapper's Delight, and all of them were 78, 79. That time Simigwa was out.
Give me a feel of Simigwa.
Well, to describe it a little bit, Simigwa itself, the rap itself is coming from our African heritage.
Yes.
Because the linguists, that is with the king. When the king is coming, these were all raps.
He's a rapper.
Yes, they were rapping, but without rhythm.
Yes. You
know, so when that occurred to me, I said, okay, the Simigwa her, quiet this, Banhakum, about the book sandu, what are the quiet do? Mamma, some quiet, Heba, some quiet, a 1, a 2, 3, 4, bam. That bass line is coming from Temptations. You see? Yes. Then I put the clavi. That's it. Because that clavi is male and female. The clavi that we play is male and female.
Where's the male?
The male is what we're playing now. Ka, 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 ka. That's the male.
And the female?
The female is ka, 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 ka. That's the female.
Okay.
You know, because...
Who decided?
You know, you can see it because everything is male and female.
Yin and
everything
yang.
Is negative and positive, you know. So when the negative and the positive, when they join together, it means that there is
creation.
Big
time.
Because the light that's over here, negative alone won't bring it.
No.
Positive alone won't bring it. But when you join both, then the light shines.
When did you hear your music on the radio for the first time? Simigwa.
Simigwa, man.
Where were you?
I was walking through, that time I think I was around somewhere in Asylum Down.
Okay.
You know, walking through the streets, then I heard it. And wow.
Did you stop?
Gee, excuse my language.
No, go ahead, man.
You know, I heard it and I was just astonished. You know, hearing myself, I coming out the radio. And people didn't understand what I was saying.
Yeah.
Some of our quiet, they said, man, what is he saying? You know, about the booze and about the, what is he talking about? You know, but they couldn't get enough of it.
It was just
because
hypnotic.
the rhythm, I mean, they was too fascinated with that.
Where did you record it? Which
We
studio?
recorded at Isibon's studio at the industrial
North
area.
Kaneshi area,
Yeah.
industrial area.
Yeah.
It's sad that record company is gone.
Charlie. There was an engineer called Berima Brown.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he knew the machines. So the recordings and everything came out. Because if you listen to Huru Band or Broadway Band or talking about E.T. Maces and the Blabbies, they were recording with only 2 microphones, with Decca. One microphone is for the whole band, and the other microphone was for the singer. That's it.
Where are the BVs, backing vocals?
All around the singer.
Just 2 mics.
Just 2 mics, but you could hear everything.
Yes.
I mean, it was a fantastic technology.
They knew what they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, I was shocked because look at the personnel of Huru Band.
Yeah.
You know, 2 trumpets, 2 trombone, 2 altos, 2 tenors, baritone, drums, bass.
It's like a whole village.
I'm telling you, and you could hear everything. I said, wow.
Was that the first time you entered a recording studio?
No, yes. No, that was the second time.
Second time.
The first time I did that with Hugas Extraordinaire.
Where, in Accra?
No, that's in Kumasi.
Okay.
You know, Kumasi too, you know, they had a recording.
You jammed in Kumasi as well?
Yeah, they had a recording, what we call a studio in Kumasi.
Okay, and they had clubs there as well?
Oh, yeah. Kumasi, you go, that's a Hotel de Kingsways and Star Night Clubs and, Kumasi was jamming too.
Music took you around the country?
Oh, yeah.
Where else? Because you've been to Tema, Accra, Kumasi, Takoradi. How about the northern parts of Ghana?
Yes, you know, because, you know, when you play music, you know, it takes you around your country. You know, the music took me all over because it made me to know places that I didn't know. You know, talking about the North, Tamale, Bolgatanga, and all that. You come to Kumasi, Sunyani, and coming down to Nkoko, and all those. So we were playing, you know, places after places.
Where did you have like the most friendly reception?
Friendly reception.
I mean, they know your songs, they're singing back to you, and
Yeah, I mean, because during that time I had come out with the simiguad.
Yes.
You know, so people knew of it. And when I joined the Tema Folk Complex Band, they were playing corporate music. But when it comes to my turn, it was just only Ambolley's music.
That's it.
You know. And when I look at the people, you know, I mean, jamming to my music, there are some songs like Sikape. Boy, it was rocking.
You were like 26 when Simigwa came out, and it was a hit. What was it like? What's it like to be a 26-year-old with a big hit, national hit?
People were looking up to that. You know, it wasn't only me, the musicians. Everybody wanted to be heard, you know, and to hear yourself, you know, among your
peers,
and things like that. It was a big thing.
Did you do any shows on GBC?
Yeah.
Describe one of the shows you did.
There was a director of TV called Kwame Taylor. Man. He saw my show. He was the one who put me first on TV. He saw my show, said, "No, boy, you're coming." You know, Kwame Taylor. And I have to get up from him, man. Because, man, with Mr. Taylor, man, I mean, for him to be able to recognize, you know, and invite me and things like that. I tell you,
what was that experience like, coming on television and performing?
Man, you know, like I said, my peers were looking up to that. and they weren't getting the chances to, to appear on TVs and hear the music coming from the radios and hear me, my music's on radio. They see me on TV, and then, man, it was. I think it was a game winner.
What was the business side of it's show business. The show is what you did on the road. But what was the business side also like for you? Did you have like a company or a business manager, or you were doing everything yourself?
No, during that time, you just get fascinated with your music being heard, and things like that. So when it comes to the business aspect of things like that, you weren't thinking too much of that because you were young, and things like that. But through Kwame Nkrumah, he made us to know that there's something that is called show business. It was Kwame Nkrumah who told, because Kwame Nkrumah had a foresight. Ebotele them, Edukwansa them, George Lee them, and Teddy Osei them, Shola Mafia them. Kwame Nkrumah gave them all scholarships to go and learn music in London.
Nice.
Kwame Nkrumah gave them all scholarships. And Kwame Nkrumah, anytime that he traveled with a band.
Yes.
Aside from Kwame Nkrumah, I don't see any head of state doing that or encouraging the musicians to go and learn the rudiments and musical arrangements and all that.
What have we lost by that?
Man, Jolly, if Kwame Nkrumah was here, because when my 73 music came out and Kwame Nkrumah was here, I think that was going to be the ultimate for me, because Kwame Nkrumah liked those who were creative. But in that time, the overthrown, and he was in Guinea and all that kind of thing. So
he even had a piano. Kwame Nkrumah could play a piano.
Yeah.
His piano is in the museum right now.
It is in man. The man had a foresight, because for him to even have the mind of traveling with a band, I mean, I said, go and play, let them know what we have, and things like that. He traveled UT Mesa, he traveled Ramblers, he traveled Broadway Band, and all of them, he was traveling with them.
The only other president I know who did that was Nelson Mandela. He used to travel with Lady Smith Black Mambazo.
Mambazo.
Yes, and expose them.
Yeah.
So then you're showing your culture to the world.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And there's too much of all these things that we should have copied, to rectify them, move forward with them, But, tribalism and all those kind of things were, at the heights of things, and people tribalistically were thinking of themselves and that kind of, nepotism and all that kind of a thing,
Do you try to wrap your head around this whole business of why people should be tribalistic? I mean, why does it not make sense to you?
I think it doesn't make sense to me, but I think it was infused, through our educational system. Because white man was playing on that. White man was giving the stronger tribes and things, he was giving them guns to go and, conquer the weaker tribes so that they can sell them and things like that. And white man was putting chiefs, even if you don't belong to the clan and things like that, you can eliminate the clan and put you there, because of what you're going to get out of you.
We've kicked white man out. Why are we still talking about white man?
We're still talking about white man because, he's deeply seated. The schools that we went, talking about the 40s, 30s, 40s, it's deeply seated, and we continue that by, educating our children through that. Because we're not asking that what is our children learning at school? Is it beneficial or not? We're not asking that. All that we hear, go to school. Everybody wants his child to become a lawyer, wants to become a manager, or that sort of formation. Everybody was getting fascinated with that. But no, we are being used, because when Kwame Nkrumah formed Young Pioneers, Kwame Nkrumah was teaching the children.
Were you a young pioneer?
Yeah, we went through that.
Okay, what was that like? What was that experience?
Man, because, they make you become aware of yourself, your contribution, where you came from, and what we need to do to enhance our environment, our families, and all that kind of a thing. So
Was it a compulsory association? I mean, did every young person have to be part of Young Pioneers back in the 50s?
it wasn't compulsory, but it's something that we thought that was good for us. Because when the white man came, he did the same thing. You know, when places like Eburi, Akropon, all that, white man established churches and all that kind of Eburi, and employed only the children from the ages of, you know that before you go to school, you have to be 6 years old. So when you become 16, that you have finished 10 years of education, that's under 7. Whatever that will learn from 6 years to 16, it takes you away from yourself because you are going to church, you are 7 mass, you know, and all that kind of things. And they made it to know that that's your future, you know. And we didn't have parents that were school us back home that, hey, no, we have something. You know, it's not that. And things like that. We didn't have that.
So the Young Pioneers was an attempt to try and rectify the situation?
Yes.
What were the subjects? What were you learning when you go to a class?
We were learning about Kwame Nkrumah himself.
After school? This is after school, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
We're learning about Kwame Nkrumah himself because whatever that Kwame Nkrumah was portraying about the dignity of the black man, you know, because he was saying that the black man is capable of, you know, taking care of himself. So these were the formations that were being taught right from the beginning, that, hey, man, you are it. You know, whatever that had come in, yes, it's okay, but in reality, you are it. So if you understand yourself, you understand your environment and your families and everything, it helps you to move forward and faster.
Who were the teachers of the Young Pioneers?
There were, many of them were coming from out of Winneba.
Or the ideological institute?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You know, because it's about ideology.
Yes, my mind.
Yeah.
And after the coup, everything just ended, right?
Man, they killed it. Because after the coup, the books of Kwame Nkrumah, they banned all of them. Look, books of Kwame Nkrumah that is being taught, used to be taught at when you go to Europe and things like that. We will ban them.
How did that make you feel?
Oh, I think it's stupidity. Because it's like you know, some animosities, you know, between us here. Because I'm Fanti, he's a Ghana, or he's a Northerner, or that sort of separation was right there, and they were capitalizing on that, you know. And when you are a kid of a certain age, there are some things that you won't understand until
you get older.
Yeah, you get older.
Does that explain some of the songs that you have written? Ghana Man, Africa Wake Up.
Yep.
There's a lot of politically conscious songs that you write.
Yes, because when I look at Africa itself, politically, socially, and everything, I see that, you know, we've messed up. You know, so when I made that music, I said, okay, politics, fuck it, this is fuck it, and things like that. So I think people were thinking and putting, what we say.
They censored you? Did they play politics, fuck it on the radio?
I haven't heard it being played on radio, though.
Are you surprised?
Because they're coming from that direction, you know, because what I was saying was physically the truth.
Let me hear a bit of the song.
You know, that, what we call it, politics, you know, in the political realm, you know, fuck it, because they're not doing what needs to be done. You know, socially, you know, everything that, you know, you're talking about transportations, talking about everything that helps us to go around, is being messed up with. You know, and people have gone to school for that. You know, you go to school, you become a doctor. People want to, you know, become doctors and things of that nature. But the application of it.
So when Fela was singing Zombie and all those songs against the system there, you were doing your stuff here.
Yeah. I was doing myself here, but I did like what fella was doing.
You didn't like it?
I did like it, yes.
You liked it? What did you like about fella's music?
Because he was being truthful to himself and to his environment, looking at his people, and whatever that they were going through and things like that. Most of the musicians, nobody was making music to talk about that.
Did you ever meet fella?
Yeah.
What was he like as a person?
He's a free somebody though, because he was fella and a Botela were schoolmates, back in London and things like that. So with the what we call it, the Uhuru band, we traveled to Nigeria and we played at fella's place.
Kalakuta Republic?
Yeah. And
what was that like? What was that experience like?
Man, big time. I mean, and when a fella saw a bull, say, hey, Bo, hey, Bo. They remember back, back in London and things like that, And one thing that I did like about him is that he was very conscious of his environment, and he was singing for his people. Whatever that he was singing about and everything, he was singing for his people. But people were thinking that he was being too forward, because he was singing against the system and things like that. But we needed somebody to remind the system, that, hey, man, the route you're going, you better stay back.
Do you see any other musicians from Ghana and Africa who are playing that role? I mean, you play politically conscious music, but do you see other people around?
Not that much, because now the thing has shifted.
To where?
We're talking about high life music. Now the young guys are not doing high life. The young boys are doing dance halls and reggaes and they think that that's it and things like that.
That's not it?
That's not it. Because you are from the roots. Reggae is coming from the branch of the roots. You see? What we call it, the dancehall is coming from the branch of the roots, because the roots is the roots that form the tree, and the tree has branches. So the branches could be calypso, salsa, jazz, reggaeton. All are roots. I mean branches. Of the main tree. So you are from Africa. Those are brothers and sisters in Jamaica and all that kind of things. They want to hear something from home. So if you're singing patois, and you want to be like some are calling themselves dancehall kings and all that kind of. I mean, I think it's a total deviation.
Complete.
Totally, because you copied music coming from from a branch. But you are from the roots. You are feeding the branch. So how can you now go to become the branch, and what about the roots?
Can you understand that your opinion will be an unpopular opinion?
Why is it so?
Well, I wouldn't find out from you.
I don't think so. I think it's a truthful opinion that we need to know where we come from, we need to know who we are, we need to know our contribution and things like that.
Has this view received pushback from those who are performing those genres that you think are the branches and not the roots?
No, I don't think so. But some of the younger guys who don't understand, they think that I'm being mean, to the younger ones coming. And then I'm not being mean. I'm trying to tell them that, hey, you are doing it nice. It's like when Stonebwoy had a collaboration with Sean Paul. Sean Paul is from Jamaica. The patois is his. So when he sings in the patois, he's singing what he knows, what he was born with. Now you are from the roots. You have a collaboration, he finishes singing patois, you go take the microphone, you are singing patois. Oh, come on.
What should he have sung?
Even if he had sung broken English that we have here. Pidgin English, it could have been a differentiation.
Or MSF?
Yeah, because we have too much here. That we're not looking at it. Because of too much TVs and too much movies and all that kind of, so we're getting too much fascinated.
Do you get a chance to talk to them one-on-one and say, hey guys, this is how you probably should be going? Do you get that chance?
Yeah, I mean, very few of them though, because sometimes when we go for performances and things like that, yeah. and there was a chance for us to get close, yes, I make them do. And one thing is that they give me respect as a senior. All of them. I mean, some of them always say they'll take their hat off. And, it's a total respect because they know that, yes, I started, and they are following. But we need to have something like seminars. We need to have something like workshops, and so that we can pass on ideas. And this is what is missing here, because the seniors are not collaborating with the younger ones. There's a big gap. So the younger ones actually also not getting the information. When they get their computers and everything, then they start to do what they think they know.
You hate the computers?
No, I don't because we have to use it for our own benefit. Because computer is just sitting down. What you feed to it is what comes out of it. So I'm not going to feed that computer with copied music and things like that. No.
Your own stuff should come.
My own stuff. Because since from 73 and up to now, everything that has come out of me is my own stuff.
35. This is the 35th album you're working on.
Yeah, that I'm working on now.
Where do you get all this energy from? And 35 albums.
Yeah,
over 52 years.
Yeah, because it looks like every year or every 2 years something comes out. Yeah. Talking about from 73 and everything. So the ideas are still there. What I see surrounding me and all that kind of things, I see and I make use of them because they are all information. Whatever that I see, I'm being informed. So how am I going to retaliate that by putting that into music and, extend it to my people?
You had a song about hustling.
Yes. Yeah, this hustling world. Life is like money. It changes hands, So everything that you do, make sure that you do it well. So this some kind of advice that I'm giving to my people because, life is like money.
Like money.
Today is with you, tomorrow is with another person. But how you use that money is what brings your comfortabilities and all that.
You performed with Miriam Makeba?
Yeah.
Where was that?
I think that would be in the maybe early 80s.
Okay.
Like that. Because that was at the National Theatre.
She came to Ghana.
Yeah, she came to Ghana, and yeah, because she has also done a lot, to our music and trying to portray the Africanism. When she was
tapping from the roots.
Yeah, around when she was in America. Because where she came from and how she got to America, and I think she didn't forget that. So anytime that she went to perform and on that level, he always reminded people of where she came from.
Manu Dibango from Cameroon.
Yeah, Manu Dibango, yeah.
Makossa.
Yeah, I mean, he had a big hit in America, so Makossa. And things like was a big hit.
Is that the one Michael Jackson sampled from? Mama Say, Mama.
Yeah, coming from Manu Dibango.
Yeah.
And in America, many the radio stations were playing it. In America, pam 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 pam.
That's a bit of the rap is almost like like the Cameroonian version of Simigwa.
Yeah, in a way. Yeah. Though I didn't understand what you were saying, but similarly.
Yeah. A lot of people don't also understand what you are saying though.
That's why I had to change mine. Added words to it.
Yes.
So because James Brown was singing about mashed potato popcorns and all that kind of thing. Then I said, okay, let me try to think about the bullfruit, about the quadrants, about the juices,
Mashed potato popcorn.
Yeah, man. And they were fascinated with that. People were happy with that. Mashed potato popcorn, bang, 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 hit it. Boy, people were jamming to it.
So you went to bullfruit, man?
Yeah, I went to bullfruit because, I remember going to school and every time, there's a singer called Andy Vance. His mother, the sister was my classmate, but the mother was, frying bullfruits and everything. So we just get someone that was to school. And it was very soft, So, all these things were coming back, with ideas, how to put them together and how to make it make sense, to the people or the listeners. and things like that. So, you know, see if James Brown was doing mashed potato, then me too, I'll do both fruits. You know,
And it worked.
it worked so heavily, you know, and
Because nobody's expected to hear bullfruit in popular music.
no. So where did it come from? You know, about the bullfruit,
Bullfruit.
about the tugbe,
Tugbe.
ono ye kakro,
Kakro.
the man sakanta the kun wo horse, mama to the kun manji muka, ono ye banti. The mama to the manji mi cha mo do mama ku porta say that this man akwa ping pa. You know. So it became a different thing because none of the singers were doing anything of this nature.
When you're recording that song like that in the studio, what is the vibe with the musicians? I mean, are they happy?
Man, too happy with it. Too happy because, you know, they understood where I was coming from. You know, and the rhythm.
Yeah.
You know, and you know. So they were grooving with it. I want a little pretty baby, but can you dance? Because I was explaining to them, I want to tell you about a can you dance. We will call it simigwa, you know, and that's how we do it.
And then you got the boogie too.
Yeah, because simigwa is a kind of a dance we used to do in the place we call our simensudo. The other place we get together, groove together, when everything gets mellow, we start to do our own thing.
That's it.
That we'll call it simigwa do.
There you go.
Are you ready? Say, yeah. Are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's go. Quiet. About the tusa, ono ye nusu, about the bullfruit, ono ye samana quiet, samati, sumana, sama kokokokokwa, ada sama kokokokokwa, you know. So it became a different craze.
Complete one.
You know, and none of the singers was doing that.
It's just being unique.
Just Ambolley was doing that. You know.
And then you have your romantic side too. Tofi. Who is this Tofi woman?
Yeah, Tofi was a beautiful Nigerian girl, man. Because when we went on tour in Nigeria.
When you went to play Fela?
Yeah.
Okay.
That was when I met Tofi. You know, beautiful Nigerian girl, man.
What does beauty mean to you? I mean, when you say she's beautiful, describe her for me.
Tofi is like a medium-sized, you know, sister.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, nice face. You know, and you know, ploppy, and well, I couldn't take my eyes off it, man. I said, wow. I mean, because I'm from Ghana.
Yeah.
You know, meeting a sister from Nigeria and looking, the sister too was cool with me, and things like that. I said, wow. So we had a good time in Nigeria. Me, she and me. Even she took me to her house to meet her grandmother because she was staying with her grandmother, and I think after the tour, we came back to Ghana. We were in Ghana about 6 months later, man. I said, I'm down who had then they said, oh, Mr. Ambolley, somebody's looking for you. When I came out with this girl, I was shocked. Tofi.
She came back.
She came looking for me in Ghana here, and how she found me in I said, I'm down, and I don't know how she did it.
But I thought you came back from Nigeria with her.
No.
You didn't? You left her there?
Yeah, I left her there. We had a good time and I left her there and came. So when she came to Ghana, then we were also getting ready to go and record. You know, that time we was getting ready to go and record, go to the studio and things like that. So in the course of the rehearsals, you know, I came out with boy. So the inspiration came from the girl, you know, and I was really shocked anyway.
That she came to look for you?
I'm telling you, because it wasn't part of my mind that this girl is going to leave Nigeria and come looking for me.
She liked you now?
Yeah.
You liked her too?
Oh, man. But that distance, man, you know.
It's the power of love, man.
It's a power of love, yes. That made me to respect her, to even made a song for her.
Yes. Because
of the respect and the love.
Yeah.
For her to leave home and come looking for me.
Did she tell you how she came?
You know, I mean, the fascination was, you know, there she is, and I was happy.
You were happy.
You know, talking about, and he said, she missed me a lot, you know, and, you know, she was thinking much of me. So she thought that she has to come and look for me.
You've immortalized her in song.
Yes.
But how did that story end?
You know, it's a description of what took place. You know, because I have to let people know that, yeah, Tofi, I want to be paid. Oh, we are in Yinara, we are in Yinara, one could see, you know, me who are Muntumundo, that sort of,
Sleep, yeah.
yeah,
The
that
lover
sort of,
song.
yeah, man. And I give it to her, and I'm telling you, how many years back and up to date, people still remind me of that music, that Tofi music.
But she went back.
Yeah, she went back, yeah, because
You didn't take control and keep her.
oh, I mean, she stayed with me, I think, for about a month. You know, she stayed with me, but, you know, she wasn't all by herself, you know, because she was with the grandmother
Okay.
in Nigeria, and she has to go back.
Is she still alive? You know?
The last time that I asked of her, they told me that she was in Amsterdam.
Okay.
You know, but we've been to Amsterdam a couple of times to perform there, but
Yeah.
I've never, you know, had a.
Would you like to meet her though, if she's alive?
But the feeling is different, man. The Tofi feeling is different, man. The Tofi feeling, man. Because if a man has something for a woman and things like that, it has to be truthful.
Yes.
You know, I mean, I respect women a lot because they are our mothers, you know, so the respect has to go for them because it's them that, you know, put the breast into your mouth.
So.
Yeah, and taught you how to talk, you know, taught you how to walk and things like that. So we have to give that respect to our women.
What did Tofi teach you though?
Tofi taught me love. You know, she was grown up, I was grown up that time, but what took place in between her and myself, you know, it taught me the truthful side of, you know, liaising with somebody, the truthful side of being with somebody, you know, and the love, you know, is there for, I mean, I don't usually sing about women.
No.
But in things like that, for me to sing about you, it means that you really hit the heart.
But there's Ragumo, so.
Ragumo, you see, people were just thinking that Ragumo, no. Ragumo, I'm telling you something, because if you go back into the Bible, Ragumo is in the Bible.
What language is Ragumo?
Ragumo is the language that is coming from up there.
When you mean yourself?
Yes, because it's a word that
I need to hear
you
this
know
one.
you can stay away from. You know,
Ragumo.
Yeah, Ragumo, because look in the Bible, what happened to Adam? If you look at Samson, what happened to Samson and Delilah? King David and all of them, they fell for the Ragumo because Delilah, they had to betray what we call Samson, all because of the Ragumo. You got fascinated with that. King David had to kill his commandant because he liked his wife. Isn't that a Ragumo thing?
So the women own the Ragumo?
Man, big time. They have the power. We don't have to play with women. No. The women are the power. Because man will do anything in this world for that Ragumo. Ragumo, you don't know the power that Ragumo has. Man will do anything for that.
Wait till they there.
I mean, baby, I tell you, Ragumo is powerful. Sure. I look at the thing, went inside the Bible and look at the thing and look at, you know, what is happening around, and I said, no. That is a powerful something.
And you had to drop a song on it.
Yeah. So we think they there.
Ragumo.
Something they there. You know.
Then there's a rap.
Yeah. You know, there's a rap to it, you know, talking about the Shinichi Hall, you know, but you know, so, you know. Yeah, you know, in the English form, you know, woman in yard, something they there, woman by side, woman in breast. You know, everything, they all have something, power, you know, but man is not respecting that. You know, man thinks that he's more powerful than a woman, so he can use that too. No. Woman is more powerful than man. Woman, somebody who will bring you into the world. Are you more powerful than somebody who will bring you to the world? No. Everything that he gave you, your hands and everything, it was all formed inside there before you come outside and you said you are powerful than, no. The whole power is with the women. Because when they were talking about Adam, and the snake has to come, and the snake has to let Eve eat Bible, what call it, apple. All these are what call it, hoax, man. The reality is the Ragumo.
The apple is the Ragumo, really.
Yeah, big time.
There was no snake.
Oh, where did the snake come from? Yeah, you are telling me that the snake was punished so that it didn't get hands and legs to walk and things like that. So after Jesus Christ came, why is the snake still crawling?
It should have been forgiven, eh?
Yeah, because he came to what we call it. He came for your sins, and
So
then he can't die for your sins.
Sins should have been forgotten.
So the legs and everything should have come back straight up. You know.
So you think it's a parable for what actually went down in the garden?
Yeah, because it's a code. You have to know the code.
And you decoded it with Ragumo.
Yeah, because that's it. Because that's the power.
But did the word enter your mind when in a dream? I mean, you could have called it anything else. Why was it Ragumo though?
Yes, because the power that is behind me is always feeding me. You know, many a time I compose and things like that. It's not basically my mind, but it's something that is, having a rapport with me. Mm-hmm. You know, think about, the way to move forward, the way to put out information, the way to, because it's my obligation that my people need to be enlightened. It's my obligation. You know, when I made Ragumo, some used to insult me and say, well, you're going to make a song, No, I'm telling you something that you really need to sit down.
Was it played on the air?
Beginning, even the simiguad that I did first, it was taken off air.
Why?
Because the beginning of it, I said, the simiguad, people tend to say, simiguad. You see that thing? So it became something that...
I think it was profane.
Yeah, GBC thought that it was profane. You know, so they took it off the air for a little bit. But even that made the song even more popular.
The moment you ban it, it becomes more popular.
Maybe so. You know, because I did not say because the simiguad. So the beginning I said, the simiguad. You know.
The dance, yeah.
Yeah, and the simiguad. So they say, the simiguad. People tended...
Naughty people were remixing it.
Yeah, we're remixing it and they turned it that way. And they were fascinated with that. You know, people that even can't speak to their girlfriends and things like, well, you just use my music to do that. You didn't hear. The ambulance said, you didn't hear.
And Ragumo was banned for a while.
Ragumo
wasn't banned.
Yeah,
they didn't decode it.
No, they couldn't decode it.
You sang also about another one. Who is Adjoa Misa?
Adjoa Misa was a very beautiful lady.
You keep bumping into beautiful ladies, man.
Yeah, Adjoa Misa was so beautiful that the men were falling, heels with her. And she was also taking advantage of that. Milking from the men. Because when you come close to her, that means you have to do something, as a man to entice her and things like that. So she was using that, So after all said and done, after your money finishes, then you can't go back because you have to go with money. So I just mean, no, I'm a Maya Pasa,
I mean, you go there, she don't force you.
Oh man, I tell you, man.
It appears to me that for somebody who is as creative as you, I mean, even sitting here could be the formation of a new song.
Yeah.
I mean, your antenna is always on.
Big time, because something is coming out. Like I told you, I'm in the studio now. I'm trying to change the scene a little bit, because it's creativity. You just don't do the same thing that you've been doing and things like that, but you can rectify that.
Change stuff.
Yeah, change some, add some things and take some things out.
Maybe so.
Yeah, so it's coming out. One of the songs is saying that Monshawa. Make you did there. Monshawa, don't touch it. Monshawa. That's what's coming now.
What about this song, Government Shoe? That was a big hit when I was on TV, man.
Yeah,
we used to play it a lot.
Yeah, Government Shoe, because Government Shoe is not only for you.
It's for everybody.
It's for everybody. you know, because after 4 years, you can't wear that shoe again, you know. So it's for everybody. So they,
Why shoe though, right?
yeah, because yes, that means you know, the formation of it. I mean, it's a government shoe. You know, you come into the office, that's what you're gonna wear.
You wear the shoe.
Yeah, you have to wear the shoe.
After 4 years.
After 4 years, you have to leave the shoe because you can't take it along with you. You know, and I was trying to, trying to tell my people something and things like that. And you know, people are, you know, too much engulfed, you know, with what they're going to make. You know, that has taken them to say about 3/4 part of their minds. Yeah. You know, what am I bringing home? Yeah. Sometimes when you get a good job, even some of your parents will be telling you, hey, if you're in your house, it's no good. Yeah, so you know, so you are being enticed with all these kind of formations of things.
Yeah, I interviewed Mike Amon Kwafu recently, and he had the same thought. He said people steal because they are afraid of retirement. So they take all the money so that when they're 60 and they retire, then they can go and chop the money. But the unfortunate thing is that they die 1 or 2 years after retirement.
Because you see, when you are young, you don't need anything because it's being provided by your parents and things like that.
The government.
Yeah. Now, when you, after school, that you get married and things like that, you know, you'll be working hard. You won't have time for yourself because you have a family to feed and things like that. Now, when you get to a certain age, you have the monies, but you don't have the strength, you know, to enjoy the money. You know, so we have to put all these things into your contemplations, you know, that, you know, we're fighting for something that we cannot enjoy. You know, but we think that that thing that we're fighting for will bring us enjoyment. No, it's not money. Enjoyment is not money.
What is enjoyment?
Enjoyment is peace of mind. When you get a peace of mind that when you go home, you are able to sleep, and then it's the best of everything.
Do you have it?
Big time, I have it. Because whatever that I've been through, right from the beginning of the genesis of my music and everything I needed in this world has been fed to me by my music. I don't need money now, because anything that I need, I have the money to take care of that. I don't have, I mean, rich, like, you know, that kind of, but I'm comfortable. And I like that. That you have, you know, peace of mind, you know, that if you want to attain anything, you can be able to afford that. Oh, that's the best of everything.
And for me, it's just refreshing that you are still on tour at the age of, what,
78 now.
Yeah, you just came back off a really long tour in the States.
Yes.
But let's rewind it to the first time you got to the States. That's 1988.
Yeah.
What took you there? How did you get to the States?
Because at that time, you know, everybody was looking up to States because of what was coming from the States, talking about the movies, talking about, you know, whatever they were watching out of States and things like that. So the fascination was right there. And I said, no, man, I got to go there. Because the best of musicians, the best of singers and everything, it's all coming from there. So I said, no, I got to go there.
What was your journey? How did you go? Ghana Airways?
Yeah, by Ghana Airways, yeah.
You enjoyed the flight?
Yeah, big time. Because, look, Ghana Airways was one of the best airlines. Yeah. Best airlines. Because when the Ghana Airways, when they get to America, and they get down, the Americans were even shocked because they see all of them black people, black ladies, black captains, and all of them coming. Smart. Whereas other airlines, and then you see white captains and all. No. Ghana Airways are all black. So sometimes it's just like what we call it, the Black Star Line. The Americans, when the Black Star Line ships get to America, the Americans form line.
To watch.
They want to, because they see black captain, black engineers, you know, talking about black chief steward, the crew, everything was black. So the Americans used to think that, but you said these people live on trees and things like that. How can they man a ship from all the way from Africa to here? You know, so out of curiosity, they go to, you know, really found out. But these were engineered by Kwame Nkrumah.
Kwame Nkrumah did a good job.
Yeah, Kwame Nkrumah did a good job. And I always get up for him.
Yep.
He did a good job. I'm telling you. Because...
And they've all been destroyed. Black Star Line is no more. Ghana Airways is no more.
Yes.
How does that make you feel?
Charlie, the other time I was walking through the airport and I saw one of the Ghana Airways planes. Now they turned that into a restaurant. It's an insult. We sit down here and things of this thing has been done. Everybody just sit down. It's like, you know, they don't care about it. How can you sell, you know, our airlines, make one become a restaurant? And then is it only that Ghana Airways that can be turned into a restaurant? I mean, what are we doing as a people? You know?
And Black Star Line, no more ships.
No more ships because Rollins came to sell the rest. You know? I mean, Rollins is my friend, but, you know, to sell, you know, state properties and things like that, I think that we should have utilized them, you know, for our own benefits because we have to teach the children, you know, what was there and the way forward.
Yeah. Because the Black Star Line was inspired by Marcus Garvey.
Yes.
Way back in the...
Yes. We had about 16 ships.
Yeah.
You know, named after rivers. You know, River Pra, River Tano, Brim River, Ankobra River, all the rivers.
And all those rivers now look like
Charlie.
Chocolate drink.
Charlie. But that makes me to know that we are not thinking as a people. How can we sit down? Something that our fathers, our long our ancestors have given to us, we drink from, we eat from it. And few people had to go and spoil all this kind. We're sitting down, we have the military, we have the soldiers, we have the police, and we're sitting down for all these things to happen with few people. Oh man, that's why I was, you know, making our president, Mahama, you know, President Mahama to know that, you know, state of emergency was very important because if people were demonstrating against that and the police would catch them and things, they were demonstrating against what was being spoiled.
So you'd have loved the state of emergency?
Yes, because, you know, it's something that we feed from. It's something that we drink from. So it's been there for time immemorial, clean rivers. Why is it that today that we developed as a people, we can sit down and let some few people enter into the forest and, you know, do this to our forest and we'll be sitting there and watching?
I'm glad you said, you mentioned the forest because we're recording this a day after the law that allowed people to go into the forest to mine, it's being scrapped.
But why did they even allow that to happen? That is the whole thing. Because, I mean, we are people, we have the resources heavily. Not that we don't have, we have it. We have the resources, but we leave the resources and go and borrow money. It means that we are not utilizing our heads. You know, we go to school, people are after titles, you know, and things that I'm Dr. This, and then, what are you doing with? Look at science and technology. Kwame Nkrumah established this how many years back? What has come out of there?
USD, Kwame University of Science and Technology.
Yes, yeah. What has come out of there? Since that time, of any creativity thing has come out of there. I went to perform there one time. I'm talking about in the 70s. And a student had put together FM station. I was very happy. The radius wasn't going far, but it was around the school though, you know, but the student.
It's the mid-70s.
Yes.
Among Kwafu's time. He said he was in school when they put up the first station.
Thank you very much. I want to meet it because they invited me to go and perform.
TURS,
so,
Tech Unidentified Radio Station.
Yeah.
That was it.
So I was, you know, since I went to perform, I was interviewed on that. And I was very happy when I saw that the student has put it. Later on, about 6 months ago, I saw some of the students and I asked them, hey, what about that guy who put on who manufactured that radio station? You told me something, I got shocked. He said he's now working with the fire service. Look at this. Look at this.
The radio builder
is
now fighting fires.
Yes, now fighting fires. I mean, why do we have to sit down and let all these things happen? I mean, what are we doing to us as I mean, to our own self as a people?
That's crazy.
It's too much. It's too much that, like by now he has built, an extended one.
Exactly.
Yeah. And teaching the younger ones to follow. So we have all these things. The reason for Kwame Nkrumah establishing science and technology did not materialize.
When you see all this stuff, is there anything that makes you happy about Ghana? Because there's a lot to be frustrated about, man.
I'm too much frustrated because I see the brainwashing has turned into intellectual castration. We've been castrated.
That sounds too painful, man.
Yeah, we've been castrated out of intellectualities. We have. Because I have my friends who are doctors, who are this, who are that. Some are doctors, medical, some are engineers and things like that. But when I look at performances and things like that, I see that, the deviation is too big.
Deviation?
It's too big. But they are also proud of where they are now and things like that. But
does that surprise you?
Big time. Because we're not using the head.
Why are people not using their heads?
Because they've laid down something for us.
Oh, okay, you follow.
Yeah, that we're following, and we are not asking ourselves whether it's good for us as a people or not.
So it's like people are not thinking critically, asking questions?
They are thinking of what their family will eat. They are thinking of the car that they want to enjoy. They are thinking of they're doing foolish things with money. Of which mustn't happen like that. Because, money is fine. It's okay. If you get it, you can obtain anything that you want. Mm-hmm. But how you make that money?
That's the key.
That's the key is. How do you make that money? And people who are misappropriating our resources, the state funds, and that, are not being punished.
You want to see swift action? That's
the difference between us and Europe and America. Them. What we call it, the French Prime Minister,
mm-hmm. Sarkozy.
Sarkozy. What is happening to him now?
He's going to jail, man.
Yes, like in Africa, it won't happen. Why? So those are colonial masters are showing us that this is it. Why are we not following suit? Because we sit down here. If you have one passport or one visa, you can go to all the European countries, the Schengen visa. Mm-hmm. So they are colonial masters and doing that to us. Why are we not following it? That we too can have one visa here that we can go to other African countries.
Have you tried visiting? You've done shows around Africa?
Yes.
What was your experience like getting a visa to go to?
It's like the Francophones are against the Anglophones.
Really?
Oh yeah, because that's what the Frenchman is teaching them. I remember, like in Lomé here, you go, you are Ghanaian walking around market areas and things like that. The people of Lomé will be watching you. Because they've made them to believe that you are volé, you are a thief. Yes. And that's what they know. So they see you, they don't see you as a brother or a sister, but they see you as a thief. But who taught them that?
Why are they not able to unlearn these negative lessons?
Because we are not asking questions.
So it's questions.
All the schools that we went, all whatever that we've gone through, we are not asking questions if they are benefiting us as a people or not. We're just following suit because of individualism. Or I get mine. I get mine. So it's deeply seated. To unlearn it, that's why if you try to come to unlearn all these kind of things, you become a target.
Have you felt like that before? Have you felt targeted?
Not through my music, but for me, I tell it the way I think has to be told.
But has your music put you in trouble?
No, my music has brought happiness to people anyway. Because anytime that I'm driving around town and things like that, even school children, when they see me They say, hey, Kwame, about the bull fruit. And they always, oh yeah.
Nice.
And I look at that and say, but when I made that music, you weren't born.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and for you to grow up to come and be able to recognize this and things like that, I said, wow. So I've laid down something. And
It means your music is long lasting.
my music is always young.
What's the secret? What is the secret sauce?
It has to be truthful. Whatever that we lay down there, because the world itself is truthful. Everything that is in combination into the world and everything is truthful, because the sun, 6 o'clock comes, 6 o'clock it goes to sleep. Truthful. It is, the sun will never say that tonight I'm not going. No. The moon will say, no, today I'm not coming. No. Everything is properly structured and truthfulness. It happened, and the love behind it. That's the kind of application that we need to apply. The truth and the love to everything that we do. It's not in the church room, or it's not in the mosque. Because all those kind of things, they've been, that's where the intellectual castration is coming from. Because they tell you that somebody came to die for your sins, so. Yeah, somebody came to die for my sins. The one who is troubling me, if the Satan is troubling me and my son is there, whom am I going to kill first? I'll kill the Satan. Who is troubling the Satan? But you said that the Satan is with you, and when he went against you, you threw him down to earth. So you threw him down to your own children. Let the Satan bring his satanic ideologies and everything into your own children. Then you tell me that, oh, okay, my son, you come and die for your sins, clean up your sins and everything. He has come and died and gone. Still, the Satan is around, and still people are stealing, people are killing, and things like that. So what are you telling me? Because if it's that so, that means the time he died, everything has to be clean slated. But it's not so. You see, so.
And when you express these views, what's the reaction from the Christian and the community?
Because many of them are brainwashed, and so they don't like it. You know, because the white man used that to brainwash us, and we are using that to brainwash our own people.
What's the most surprising reaction you've had when you've expressed these views?
Sometimes insults comes in.
Oh, they insult you?
Yeah, I mean, insult comes in. Was when I made Ragumo, so people were insulting me. You know, they man like this, you're going to make music about waiting they dead. Like, you have to really go in there. You have to really sit down and think. And you know that what I'm saying is the truth.
How do you get insults to bounce off you? I mean, does it sometimes hurt you?
No. Whereas I know that is the truth, and it came out of love, it supersedes everything. It doesn't affect me because my inner self is happy, knows that what I'm saying, I'm not blaspheming, or I'm not trying to push something on people. And no. I'm saying the truth. You just have to sit down and analyze and think.
Does your family feel bad for you when you're going through these things?
My father passed away around the time Kwame Nkrumah passed away. Mm-hmm. So he didn't get,
You didn't get the Simigwa.
Yeah. But my mother had it, and some of her friends, you know, your son, you know, is singing Ragumo and all that kind of things. But it didn't face my mother anyway. Because my mother, she brought me to this earth. She knew who I was. That I'm not just going to throw something out there, you know, for people to get confused with.
Is that your biggest song, Ragumo? Or the one that people have really...
I think so, though. I think so.
And how old is that song now?
From 73 up to now.
Ragumo is from 73.
No. Ragumo.
Simigwa is 73.
Yeah, 73. Ragumo is from 96.
Okay, it's still old.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's almost 30 years old.
Yeah. And so people are singing it.
Yeah.
Because people want to see me, they sing me by the words.
They give you the words back to you.
Yeah, give it back to me. Waiting they there. You know, or about the bull fruit. About, you know, so even my real name is out. They use my accolades and everything, yes.
Yeah. What's the reaction like abroad? I mean, you've performed in the States, in Europe. How about Asia?
No, I haven't gone to Asia.
Would you like to go to Asia?
Oh, man, we're just spreading it.
Where would you go first? If you had to go to Asia, pick a country right now, where would you go first?
I would like to go to Japan, China.
Okay.
You know, before Philippines, in Philippines, yeah, that kind of thing.
What do you think about the rise of China?
I think that they've been truthful to themselves, Chinese, because they're teaching their children the technology. They're teaching their children how to live, because look at the population of China. And if they can be taken care of, it means that they're doing something good, because there are too many people.
Over 1 billion.
Yes, and they are there, and everybody knows how to do something, because right from infancy they were teaching you some things. And whereas us, our infancy ways will be in the church, you see, and you should be here, and I mean, come on, man, we need to wake up, man, and people are taking advantage of that with mega churches and all that.
Yeah, you turn on the TV and you see them, whoa.
Yeah, sometimes Sundays I open on my TVs, man, out of more than 100 and something stations that we have, at least by 75 of them are all
churches.
Hey, they tend to, everything that you need is be given to you. Your mindset, how to think, how to find food, all is given to us. So what is the application now? We singing back to the Creator to give us something.
Is the African over religious?
I think foolishly religious. I think the African is foolishly religious, and that is totally wrong, because our seniors, our fathers, and things like that have to know that it's about time that we started asking questions. And we've not been doing that.
But you see, what you're saying sounds good, but in our African society, children who ask questions are the ones who will get a knock on the head, or a slap around the mouth, or beat down on the back.
Yeah.
Generally, questions are not encouraged.
That is
especially from young people to old
yes,
people.
That came out of schools and all that kind of things. Because your father went through that. Went through the church and things like that. Now you came out of your father, so he's just passing it on to you. So it's been on and on. That it's just on and on, instead of asking why is it on. Because we have to ask, because it's been put out there in a way that to shut you up, into asking questions and things like that. But it's been there for too long.
Do you think political power can stop? I mean, for example, if we woke up one day and Gyedu-Blay Ambolley was the next resident of Jubilee House, would he be able to make a difference?
Yeah.
In 4 years?
Yeah, I mean, the right thing has to be done.
What would be your first signature move to sort things out?
We need to be informed, because if we look at our environment, look at what we have and what we're doing to ourselves, it looks like we are not informed.
So you're going to work on people's minds?
Yes, because we need to be informed. Because that sort of attitude of going to school, finish school, acquiring a job, marry, have a car, afford a house, they think that is success. That is not success. Success is coming out of creativity. Not what somebody has laid down, then you follow suit and things like that. No.
So how do you make Ghanaians think this way?
They have to be informed. Our people, because the school system and everything has to be changed.
So that's like a radical change of
well, radically, maybe, sometimes, people will take it hard when it's radically done.
So softly?
Yeah, because it has to be built up.
You have only 4 years.
Oh, yeah. I mean, 4 years, yes, you can establish something. You
can do something in 4 years?
Yes.
Okay.
You can, because 4 years is a long time. But the only thing is people are thinking of what to eat, where to sleep, and then so that becomes the first and foremost, what we call it, thing to think about.
Indeed.
But aside from, but what to eat and things like that, we have it here, because we have the soil. You know, we have the golds, we have the diamonds, we have everything out here. So Kwame Nkrumah's time, what did he do? He established Builders Brigade that would be doing big farms and things like that to feed the people. Why is it that today we are not able to establish that? So it means that we have to go back. That thing they call it Sankofa.
They need to go and look at his plans again?
Yes. Why did he do the big farms and all that with the Builders Brigade and all that? Why did he do that?
But do you think Kwame Nkrumah still has the respect of the elite? Did they really look up to him?
The whole world, man.
But Ghanaian elite, people who are in power, do they think about Kwame Nkrumah?
Those that their fathers were against Kwame Nkrumah are still holding that fort of doing whatever that Kwame Nkrumah did, bringing it down. But it's only a few people who think that. And the few people, when they get power too, they are powerless. They don't know what to do. And I don't want to mention names.
Yeah, the government shoe.
It's a government shoe. I'm just going to give them to the way. You know. So.
Just before we wrap it up, I'm thinking about, you still do, you're touring. How long was you just came back?
Yeah, almost about a month.
Which cities did you play?
Almost about 20 states. I played in New York, Washington, Philadelphia, Massachusetts, Denver, what we call it, we went to Seattle, San Diego, California.
You did both East and West?
Yes.
And this obviously is not your first festival. I mean, is this not your first summer tour?
No.
You've been doing this since when?
I've been doing this since, I think, 2018, 19.
How do you get onto this circuit? How do people find you?
People will find me.
Or do you find people?
No, they find me because they go back to the records that I did, back in the 70s up to now. And most of the music has been reissued and things like that.
When you say reissue, what does that mean?
That means they are bringing back like the simiguad like that. Companies will bring it back, will reissue it, and bring it back.
Put it on the internet?
Yes.
Or sync it with music, with films and things like that?
Yeah.
Is there music in films?
Only one that I remember in California.
Okay.
Yeah, even I was paid for that.
All right. Are people remixing? Are people sampling your songs?
Yes, in what we call it in Japan. Simigwa, they've done their own remix in Japan.
Wow, singing in Japanese.
But some of them are in what we call it instrumentation.
All right.
Yeah.
I think even in the Caribbean, I heard one of your songs.
In the Caribbean, now, yes, coming from Colombia.
Colombia, exactly.
Yeah, singing me, I mean, they don't know where it came from, but they love it.
They love the music.
Yeah.
South America, yeah.
Yeah, South America.
Yeah. So they look at your back catalog and then they say, we would like to have you jam.
Yeah, and they have that, and they are booking agents and things like that, and they see that, and they bring you, and when they bring you, you have to justify it anyway. Not that when they bring you, then it's just over. You have to justify why they brought you there.
By performing.
Performance. Okay. Yeah, and it's heavy.
And you move with your musicians from here?
The whole band, yes.
The whole band?
Yeah, because when I was in America, I formed a band in America.
What's it called?
Called Gyedu-Blay Ambolley and his high life music band. But I wasn't getting what I wanted because they are good musicians, but they didn't have the roots vibe.
These were African Americans?
Yes.
Okay.
But they didn't have the root vibe.
So you came back to the branch, the roots.
The roots. So the groups that I have, we've been together even more than 10 years. And we've been traveling and we've been together like that. So we know each other now.
Well, these days, America is very hard to enter. I mean, did you face any issues getting into the country?
No, because, there's a formality anyway, that you have to get invitation letters. And you have to let them know why you're going there and things like that. So with all these things in place, it becomes easier.
Where's your energy coming from? You're 78, sir.
Yeah, I'm 78, man.
Is there something you don't eat or don't do or do to give you
Yeah, there are some things that I don't eat because anything that doesn't grow in my environment here, I don't eat it.
So what don't you eat? Tell me what you don't eat.
What I don't eat?
Yes.
Like Indomies and all the kind of Kentuckys and all the kind. No, I don't go through that.
No processed food.
No, never. Even canned foods and all that kind. No, I don't go to because it has to be preserved. So what they put in there for preservation. Now, if it goes inside your system, it's gonna,
So fresh what? Fresh food stuff.
Yeah, fresh. Yeah, I mean, juices and because here we have palm oil, we have groundnut oil, and all that kind. These are what I cook with. The fish that is coming from here, tomatoes, peppers, and everything. Yes.
You cook?
Big time.
What's your signature meal?
Yeah, it's for food I've been going.
Done by yourself?
Yes.
Who pounds?
Oh, the fufu I don't pound because right now the fufu, that they have. Yeah.
Okay. All right. The powder.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
But so what is in your soup? What's in your abenkwan?
My abenkwan is fish. Sometimes I use chicken too. In combination, and it depends on who is with me. If you like snail and things like that,
okay,
I will add it for you because you're all local.
I like snails.
You like snails?
Yes.
Next time I'm going to invite you and do it for you.
I'm preparing my stomach for that.
Hey, man.
Who taught you? Who taught you how to cook?
I learned how to cook when I was in America. Because I wasn't doing that here before leaving. But in America, you live alone, so you have to cook.
Here, the women will cook for you.
Oh yeah, I mean Mother's Day, the girlfriend's day, and things like that. The wifey's day and things like that. So concentration was more on the music.
Yes.
But America, no mother, no father, no sister, and so you have to get up.
You know how to cook.
Yeah, man, you have to get up.
Did you have any low moments in America?
The low moments is it get to a certain point in America. I saw that whatever that was happening in America was just make believe.
Make believe.
Yeah, that is there, but it's not there.
It's like a vision.
Yeah, like a fairy tale.
Fairy tale.
Yeah, that kind of a thing.
Give me an example.
I mean, they make you to believe that in America, everything that you need, you get it from there.
Like the American dream?
Yeah, like American dream. But they are all false because the food that they eat in America, don't you see the Americans, many of them are, what we call it?
Overweight?
Yeah. Because most of the foods are all processed foods. Because they don't have the time. They go to work and things like that. They pass through Kentucky Fried Chicken. They pass through McDonald's and things. Yes, they're cool. But they don't know that the damage is coming from there. So you need to have that knowledge, of self, so that you can be able to take care of yourself because, it's your temple. Yeah, your body is your temple. If you take care of the temple will take care of you.
How about stuff that you drink? You drink alcohol?
Sometimes,
okay.
Sometimes like beers and things like. It depends on where I am.
Palm wine?
Big time. It's my favorite.
I hope it's a calabash, man.
Yeah, man, it's my favorite because it's natural.
It is, and it's from here.
Yeah, coming from the tree and things like so. We can't compare that with the processed beers and all that kind of things. No, malts and all that kind. No. So they know that I love them, so they too they love me.
How do they know that you love them?
Oh, because when I get the palm wine, the feel and everything that is around it, the palm wine itself knows that, oh, this man, thank you very much for that.
You love Ghana?
Ghana is the best place in the world. This country. I've never seen any country that if somebody is greeting you, have to beg you before he greets you.
Yes, Pacho.
You show me any country that somebody wants to greet you, beg you before.
Good evening.
Pacho, good evening. Well, you knew where I've traveled. I've never seen that. When you talk about the heaven is right here. It's in Ghana.
In Ghana.
My brother. It's only that, we're messing up things that we're not thinking together as a people. If we think together as a people, out of tribe and things like that, it's the heaven. Because everything that we need is right here. That heaven that they told us that's up there is right here.
In Ghana.
So they're telling you to look up, whereas
The action is here.
the action is here. You know, so they come and to tell us that, oh, Charlie, when you die, Jesus Christ, oh, he said, in my father's house, I have so many mansions, you know, so and so. So that has eaten into your head. So you're all the time looking up. And they tell you that, oh, you suffer, well, don't worry, man. The enjoyment is in heaven. So you suffer here, don't worry. So it's eating into your head. How can you suffer? Whereas you've been given every necessity that you need. How can you suffer?
So you love Ghana?
Ghana, I was in America. I went to America 88. 2010, I look at America and say, you are done. I'm going back home.
When was that moment that made you say, you know what, I'm packing my bags?
Oh, yeah, because, you know, when I went there, I had an African-American wife.
Okay.
You know, we were living, nicely and things like that. But she was born there. I was born here. So I went to America because of what? My music. And I was able to form bands. I was able to play festivals and things like that. So I said, well, the reason for me coming here, I said, it's achieved. So what am I here for? You know, so 2010, I decided that, hey, man, I'm going back home. And I thank the Most High that I took that decision.
Did you come with the lady?
No, she's there, but she sometimes pays a visit.
Okay. You guys are still together?
Yeah, we're still together.
Okay.
You know, but not living there, and she's not living here. But communication and everything is still good.
Is it not stressful when you're...
Well, for me, I made it to know that where you are, I'm not living there. It's vacated. So if you want us to be man and wife and things, that you have to vacate America and come here.
And she said?
I think it's hard for her to do that because her family and everybody, you know, all of them are there. So that's nice. We could be there, whereas you haven't done me any wrong and things like that. Yes, as a people, because life is a travel. You know, when you meet somebody along the way and you click and things like that, you move together. When it comes to a certain time that the click is departed, that's it. Everyone, you go your way, I go my way.
So is that click unclicked?
It's not unclicked yet.
It's unclicking.
It's not, well, I don't take it like it's unclicking, but it's a formation. It's something that is happening.
Okay.
You know, and that is happening. I have to do the best out of what is happening.
Does she have a rival here now?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Now she's trying to. She wants to become what we call it, a citizen.
Okay.
So she wants me to help her become a citizen.
But she'll come back here and meet a rival.
Oh, but she's not staying here anyway. Whether she's a citizen or not, so once she becomes a citizen, she wants to get that freedom of when she wants to come to Ghana. Yeah, instead of going for visas and everything. Yeah, that's it.
Are you a citizen of the States?
Yeah.
Okay. So you are?
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, because it's an advantage that I took. You know, I was there, and they said if you've been there for more than 5 years, you can apply for it. And I did apply, and I got it. And but why am I not still over there? But I'm here because my cultural aspects, my everything tells me that this is the heaven, and I don't have to miss the heaven.
Earlier on, and we're wrapping up soon. Earlier on, you said you were the only person from your family who became a musician.
Yes.
Now that you are a family man, are any of your family members also going towards music?
It's only my grandchildren, 2 of them.
They're musicians.
Yeah, they one took trumpet lessons, and the other one took keyboard lessons.
What's it like to be a grandpa?
Well, you know, it's a continuation of life.
Okay.
You know, at a certain point, you don't expect to get there.
Yeah.
But you'll get there at some point in time. You know, so I look at them, I see that, because apart from looking at them, I look at myself in the mirror.
You can see them in you.
No, musically, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's there.
You can see them.
But sometimes I look at myself in the mirror, see how far, you know, I've come.
Yeah.
You know, and how far my body's taking me, and how far I'm still going to go. You know, and I always thank the Most High, you know, that at the age of 78, man, I'm still performing. Man, many of them are like me, they can't even get up and walk.
Exactly.
You know,
fit.
so I have to thank the Most High that, because the Most High knows that I have something to offer.
So you have an assignment to do.
Yes, so it's part of the assignment, you know.
You've told me about what you eat and what you drink. Do you have like an exercise routine?
I've been lazy these days.
But when you were not lazy, what were you doing?
Yeah, sometimes, you know, I remember maybe about 10 years back, you know, get up, do some exercises.
Okay, what, press-ups?
Yeah, press-ups and, you know, because your joints, you know, and things like that. Yeah, I've been doing them. But of late, I've been lazy with that.
Why?
You know, I've seen too many things happening. You know, not it's not coming out of intention. You know, but I've also discovered when you grow up to a certain level, there's a form of exercise that you do. It's more helpful than going to the gym.
I'd like to know, so when I get there, I can do it.
The chi.
The chi.
Yeah.
Okay.
The chi.
Chi.
Yeah, CHI.
Yes.
Check that.
I should check it out.
Yeah, the chi.
Okay.
The chi will show you some simple exercises.
Is this something I can do by myself?
Big time yourself.
Okay.
I mean, it's not taking about 30 minutes and things like that.
Okay, chi,
It's
right.
taking about maybe 10,
Okay.
15 minutes.
Is that Tai Chi or Chi?
It's part of it,
Okay.
Tai Chi.
Okay. All right.
It's part of
And
it.
so you do that?
Yes.
Okay.
I've been getting involved in that because when you get into a certain age, the body is also slowing down.
Yeah.
So there are some things that you need to do that will keep you up because you have to get up, you have to go, and things like that. So the chi is very important, for your, you know, and you know that sort
All
of
right. So,
yeah.
Okay, calisthenics kind of.
Yeah,
exercises.
that sort of yeah.
All right.
And it helps the joints
Okay.
and everything to free itself.
Great
you
stuff.
know. So
I've learned something new. Yes. What's next for Gyedu-Blay Ambolley? I mean, you are in the studio now working on album number 35.
yeah.
When is it coming out?
2026.
Okay.
Yeah, because the year is almost is almost ended.
Okay.
But I'm not giving it a date of maybe January or February and things like that. But because I need to be satisfied with what I'm bringing out.
Okay.
And I think that maybe from March, April, May, June, there is going to emerge.
How many tracks?
Right now, I've got 3 tracks now.
What's the target?
The whole thing has to be about 7, 8, or 9 tracks.
Okay.
You know, I've gotten 3 now.
Okay. Do you have a name for the album?
I haven't done that yet.
Okay. Does that always come at the end?
Yes.
Okay.
Everything has to be finished. Then from there, then now you're taking it to the public.
Okay.
So how are you going to name it, and how are you going to let the public understand what you're bringing to them?
Okay.
You know, so it is there, but it's another dimension.
Yeah, you said so. There's something new is coming.
Yes, another. I mean, people will show you, oh, Charlie, Ambolley. I like that.
Can you give us a sneak peek? Something small.
Monshawa.
Maybe we did that.
Yeah, that's the one. Monshawa. Maybe they did.
Hobbies. I see a lot of interesting books that you have here, and I see an ankh around your neck.
Yeah.
What's the significance of the ankh?
The ankh was, you know, it came out of our fathers, you know, back in the days, because our fathers know the truthfulness of us. You know, it's not the cross that they was introduced to us by the Christians, you know, because those that are on the cross and things like it looks like a punishment.
Yeah, it was a punishment.
So why they have to introduce to us, because I remember the scrutinization of that was when they introduced a movie like Dracula. You know, when they introduced a movie like Dracula, when the Dracula is coming, then when you show the cross to the Dracula, then Dracula, you know. So people thought that, yes, there's power in the cross. So when sometimes you enter in people's house, you see cross at their doors, you know, and things like that, you know, because it's brainwashing.
When the Christians come after you on this video, and I have to defend you, what should I tell them?
Tell them I'm really saying the truth. That whatever that they're trying to ask you, or whatever that they're trying to let them know, and then tell them that Ambolley said, is the truth that he's speaking. So let him come to me straight.
What does, I know you love life, you love living in Ghana.
Yeah.
What does death mean to you though?
Death?
Yeah.
Death is part of us. Because one thing that the Almighty has made that is beyond the realms of a human being is birth and death. Because when you were born, you didn't know that you were born. It came to a certain time that you realize that, hey, where am I? Oh, my mother, and things like that. It's the same way when you die, it's the same. You see, when you die, it's just like when you go to your bed, you sleep. Do you know how you sleep? You don't know how you sleep. All that you recognize that yes, that's a good thing that the Almighty made. How to enter and how to leave.
What do you reckon is beyond when we leave? What do you think is there?
Oh, it's a continuation. Because look at the world. It's not only the Earth. We have so many planets. You tell me that the planets are just there for decoration. No. Every planet has something that it offers to the world. So when you leave the world, it's just like you have left elementary school and entered into a secondary school. Because whatever that you learn from the secondary school is different from what you learned from the elementary school. So it's like you died out of elementary and now you entered into secondary. The same way from the secondary school when you enter into university, it's the same. It's like you died out of the secondary school, now you are in the university.
Do you think there's like a reward for people who did good here and a punishment for people who did bad here?
There's a big reward for that. Because, you see, that's why our seniors, every time we're doing something, if you're doing something wrong, they tell you to stop. They try to punish you not to do that again. And things like, yes, because we create. And out of creation, we have to get the benefits out of the creation. Because as we're sitting here, to give you an example, if you travel from here to Europe, you've left your family, you're going to Europe, and things like that. Now, if you spent about 5 or 10 years or 11 years or 12 years in Europe, you are no more with your family. Now, when you are coming back from Europe, it will depend on what you did there. If you did something good, your family will be happy to come and meet you at the airport because you brought sanity and fame to your family. You're happy. Oh, could you? Waba. If you go there, if you went there and you are jailed, tomorrow you are in jail, tomorrow you're jailed. If you are coming back, your family, you said everybody don't want to because nobody likes that in the family. They like glory in the family. So whatever that we'll do as we are on this earth here, if we are going to go back, it means we have to take glory. We have to go back with glory.
And if you did bad things here?
Then you'll be shunned.
Is that hell for you?
That's the hell that they're talking about. That's because you won't
link up with people.
Yeah, you won't be accepted.
You don't believe in the fire and the torment?
No. The fire, there is no fire. There is nothing.
How do you know?
Oh, but there's no fire. It's just something that they put it out there to put fear into you, but there's no fire. The fire is your own creation. The goodness that you did, that will bring you happiness, bring you peace of mind. Or the bad that you did, that will bring you torment and things like that. That's your own creation.
Let's talk about some people who've passed on. Daddy Lumba passed on a couple of months ago. Did you have a relationship with him?
Yeah, I mean, not too much, but out of festivals and things like that.
You used to meet on the same festival?
Yeah.
Which countries?
Not outside, but in Ghana.
In Ghana, okay.
Yeah.
All right.
We made a lot at National Theatre and all those kind of things, you know. You all see me here in Istanbul, you know, that's sort of.
What do you think his contribution to Ghanaian music is?
People loved him, though. You know, people love him, but when we talk about our high life music, Daddy didn't play much of high life music because you can feel more funk and all those kind of his music, you know. That's what George and them they did, and they call it Boga high life. And then they added the funk and everything into a high life.
A lot more electronic.
Yeah, and lots more electronic into that. But people loved it.
Why do you think people loved him?
Because the real genre of music was missing. So they are the ones that replaced what was missing. Because that time, that Jerry Rollins time, that curfew, because Jerry Rollins had about 2 years or something like that more on curfew. That people were just 6 o'clock,
Go
that's
sleep.
it, yeah. And the musicians all left.
Travel
Some, Nigeria, Ivory Coast,
Germany.
Germany and all that. So that was when the spinners came in.
But you were around then.
Yeah, I was around then.
What was life like as a musician?
It was tough though, because that's where we make our living, by performance.
So what happened to you? You couldn't perform in the night?
No, you couldn't perform in that because you have to be indoors.
So what were you doing?
It comes to creativity that time, because if you are not able to be out there, then you have to practice it in there.
So you're in the house?
Yeah.
No volume?
No, volume there, it wasn't that much of
the soldiers didn't mind if you were performing indoors?
Yeah, but they want to see you indoors, that's all. Because bands were indoors rehearsing and things like that. But it wasn't
for what? Because you can't play at night. So where were they playing?
Well, you still have to. It's your craft.
Okay, so keep fresh.
Yeah.
Did you ever play in the churches?
Never. And
Not even one gig.
I'll never even play there. The church.
They want the bassist come and play some small bass.
No. I won't play there, because even of late I was hearing that the musicians are not being paid playing the church. They said that you are playing for God and things like that.
How do you feel about that?
Man, it's an insult, because people are putting out. They come, they do collections and all that. Anywhere that there's money and things like that, it had to be circulated that way, because it's like you're using that for a commercial purpose. They putting God in front, to cover that, so that no. Whilst people are contributing and people are making the place,
jam.
Energy with jam and things like that, you have to compensate them.
So the musicians must be paid?
Yes.
Just curious, what was the last time you went to church?
That's when my mother died.
When?
That was about 6 years ago.
That was the last time?
Yes.
So, but you get people inviting you to come come to first service?
Nobody
invites you?
Yeah.
But if they invite you, would you go?
Yeah, I won't go.
How would you phrase your refusal? How would you say?
Oh, I'll make them to know that I don't belong there.
Okay.
Because I don't belong there. I don't have to fake it. Just going there, of course, they sing about Jesus Christ, and they sing about in the name of this and so and so. That is what has demeaned our people.
So how do you worship God, the Creator?
I mean, even that word God, even we have to take it out, because that word God is not.
The moment they left my lips, I knew that I made a mistake. How do you worship your Creator? Onyami?
Onyami, I worship my Creator by doing good to myself, doing good to my people, doing good to my family, doing good to my environment, and things like that. That's the formation of worship. Okay. Because you do that, it means that here that I live here, I have cats, I have dogs and things like that.
Like pets?
Yeah, I have cats, I have dogs and things like that. But I make sure that they're always fed.
You yourself, or somebody feeds them?
Oh, somebody, but make sure that every morning they are fed.
Feed them.
Because the Almighty is feeding me. And I am higher than them. So I have to take care of them. If I'm able to take care of them, the Almighty will take care of me. So all of them, because we are all living together. They have a part they are playing. As a part that I'm playing. But all of us are in this together. So I have to love them. So that they to also love me back. So when you do that, it means that the Almighty knows that, yes, you are doing what you have to do.
Another person who passed on, and we are recording this, 8 days after she passed, former First Lady of Ghana, Rawlings.
Yeah.
Did you have did she ever come to any of your shows?
Oh, yeah, many times, yeah. Many times singing, dancing.
Yeah, she loves music.
Yeah, I've been to her office. They wanted me to do some other things. So I've had a rapport with her.
What was she like when you
yeah, she's cool, because it's a part that she has to play, trying to be cool, because she's a first lady. and things like that. So she has to demonstrate something that, you know, you will allow you to admire her and things like that. So all those things were happening.
This is when she was first lady or when she had left the office?
When she was first lady.
Okay, so that's when you were gelling with her. You were linking up with her.
Yeah.
Okay.
But after she left too, there were some functions and things like that. When I started my music, she would get up and start to dance and things like that. You know, she's a pleasant woman, you know, but she has not all of us or not everybody's right in one way or the other, you know. But I cannot stand here to fault her because I'm also in the same soup, you know. Not everybody likes what I'm doing anyway.
Yeah.
So it's the same way that goes to her and things like that. But, you know, she played a part. And I think it was a strong part that she played in connection with being the first lady and some establishments and all that kind of thing. So all of them, you know, putting them together is something that she did that we could remember her with that.
And finally, do you have any desire to be remembered after you've finished your assignment here on this earth?
No, I think it's not, the desire is not coming from me. It's coming from what I left behind. You know, what I left is what is going to determine, you know, my contributions and what I did, whether people like it or not. That's what's going to happen. But I've been seeing some examples, you know, in the course of my lifetime that I'm happy with that. Because, like I'm saying, anytime I bump into anybody, whether driving around and things like that, the moment they see me, they start to laugh. So that means I'm putting smiles on the faces of the people. And how many people can do that?
Good question.
How many people? So if we're able to put smiles on the face of people, then we have to thank the Most High that, because, you know, smile is what we call it, it's a drug. You know, it makes you forget your hustles and what you things like. But when you smile, it relieves your mind. You know, so if we're able to put that in the faces of people, I think it's a good thing.
Which of your songs gives you the biggest smile?
People get fascinated with it. I mean, there are songs like Kokoba and all this, but I think Ragumo is powerful.
Wait till they there.
It's powerful because they never ever dreamt that some music will come out talking about, you know, something they're waiting. They never ever dreamt of that. But they also saw that I'm speaking the truth anyway.
That's it.
You know, so they couldn't get up because it's part of human anyway.
Indeed.
So putting it out there and things like that, you know, I think if it's properly done, it's rewarding.
I wish you the best with the album project. God willing, we will get to see what you are going to shake the system with in 2026.
Yeah.
God willing.
And your fingers, you play piano too.
Yes.
Don't think that we've forgotten. We haven't forgotten. We want to call you in.
I did for you.
At some point in time.
I did for you, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Beautiful conversation with the creator of Simigwa, who fused high life and funk and jazz together to bring music that is timeless. Gyedu-Blay Ambolley, proudly from Ghana, representing Africa with his great vibe. If you haven't yet subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please subscribe, hit the notification, and let's see you in the comments. My name is Kafui Dey. God bless. Thank you.
Yeah, I know.
I enjoyed that conversation.
Yeah, it's a long one, but
yes, a good one.
I know you.
We'll drop everything, man.
You drop everything.
Oh yeah, and then we'll cut like little highlights.
Yeah.
To promote the big thing.
Oh, okay.
That's how we do it.
Okay.
So you'll have like 2-minute, 3-minute sections.
Yeah.
Then they say if you want more, go and watch the full one.
Thank you.
So that's how it goes.
Thank you.
That's how it goes.
Because I saw you in Kinai Soba.
Yes, yeah. Oh, you saw that one?
Yeah, so
yes.
ask him about Telubon.
Terry, yes.
Yeah. It's good, but you're doing a good job though.
Thank you.
Because it's not only us. You know, there are others too that you wanted to know what they've been able to come out with,
exactly.
or their contributions and all that. So it's information.
Yes,
And
indeed.
it's very important, very, very important,
Yeah,
because we're not doing it.
You're big on information.
Yeah.
People must be informed.
I'll tell you, my brother, and that's what you're doing.
Thank you very much.
And just keep it up, and so that the younger ones will see and learn out of it, so that we'll move forward.
This interview has been a long time in coming, but it has come.
It has to come. It has to come because, you know, if it's ordained,
yes, it must happen.
Yes,
it must happen.
Yes, the destination is right there.
It be so.
You know, one can try, no one tell, one no one blow, one no one function on feet. One son gets a kind of boss to chut or some gawa. And they say who are on your pampana noise.
Wow. Thank you very much.